Ah, Christmas. We all love it. The sights, the sounds, the tastes, the smells, and of course, the movies. All the classics. Elves in tights, flying reindeer, clinking ghosts, Santa Claus in a parade, and oh yeah, that boy who was home alone. You know how the elf was home alone on a foggy Christmas Eve helping an angel get his wings?
Hey Resurrection students, it's Megan Del Grasso from the Leawood location. Happy Advent! I am so excited to celebrate Advent with you. And what Advent really means is preparing our hearts for the arrival of Jesus. And I just love the Advent season and the Christmas season. I love so many things about it, but what I love the most is how people come together during the season of Christmas. They love to be around each other. There are parties and gifts, and like even the crankiest of people are kind of happy around Christmas time. There's just this joy in the air. Even driving through the neighborhoods and seeing all the lights, it's so beautiful. But one of my favorite things to do during the Christmas season is to watch all of the Christmas movies. I especially love the cheesy Hallmark romancy Christmas movies. They're a little bit ridiculous, but it's like my seasonal guilty pleasure. It's so great. But I also love the movie The Grinch. I don't know if you've seen The Grinch. There are like many different versions of The Grinch, but I love it. It is like this bitter, old, cranky dude who hates Christmas. Like, hates it so much that he tries to steal it. But there is this little girl in town who is like fascinated by the Grinch. And her name is Cindy Lou Who. And she is just like the cutest little thing ever. And so she comes up to the Grinch. She like treks up to his mountaintop cave and is like, hey, I want to invite you to this party. Would you come with me? Let's take a look.
Maybe you need a timeout.
Kids today, so desensitized by movies and television.
What do you want?
Mr. Grinch, I came to invite you to be Holiday Cheermeister.
Holiday who be whaty?
Cheermeister.
Huh? Share my celebrate with friends.
So Cindy Lou Who invites the Grinch to come to this party with her. She wants him to be involved. She actually invited him to be the cheermeister, which is like the most holiday cheer there could be for someone who hates Christmas. She invited the Grinch into her community, even though he was a little bit different, and even though he was pretty cranky and didn't even like Christmas. She knew that he needed to be invited in and he needed a community for Christmas. Unfortunately, when the Grinch actually came down for this Christmas celebration, a lot of people were mean to him. They didn't actually want him to be a part of their community at all. They were pretty nasty and said some terrible things, and that made him so angry that he decided to try to steal Christmas. So he worked really hard to steal the decorations, the presents, the bows, everything that he thought represented Christmas, he wanted to steal. We're gonna take another look at this clip.
Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue.
A little more stealth, please.
With the little stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first thing to go. Okay, fellas. Chow time.
Grinch tries to steal Christmas, where he's really cranky and taking all of the things from everyone down in Whoville. He gets to the top of the mountain, ready to look down on the people of Whoville and see how he ruined their lives. He was so excited to see that. But what he found instead was the people of Whoville singing together and finding joy even though all of their presents, all of their decorations, and really everything that the Grinch thought was about Christmas was gone. It was really weird for him, and it actually changed his life. Let's take a look.
And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags.
And he puzzled and puzzled till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas,
He thought,
doesn't come from a store.
So despite all of the hurt that the Grinch had experienced in Whoville, despite how angry he was and how much he hated Christmas, what the Grinch learned about that day was community. What the Grinch experienced was actually what love looked like. And really, that's what God wants for all of us. God sent Jesus into the world, into a community. God didn't send Jesus alone as a grown-up king living in a castle all by himself. God sent Jesus to the world as a baby who was reliant on other people. And I have to believe that that was on purpose. That God thought it is so important for us to be in a community together that I'm going to send baby Jesus there so that he can also grow up with a community and know what it's like to experience community together. And all throughout Jesus's life, we actually get to see that. We see Jesus even in his last moments as an adult, when he is in a garden praying, inviting his community around him. Actually even getting frustrated when his community isn't showing up for him. He yells at them because they're sleeping when he wants them to be alert and praying with him. Community is important to God, and community is important to Jesus. And what we saw in this movie is that community was important to Cindy Lou Who. It wasn't important to the Grinch until the end of the movie, but it was only important to the Grinch after Cindy Lou Who invited him into that. So my question for you is, who is in your community? What community are you in? And even more than that, look around. Who is missing from your community and who needs to be invited in this Christmas season?